Alright YouTube, welcome back. So I have a tow-in on a Subaru that was supposedly rattling. And she said she was idling for a long time and then it stalled out. That's kind of odd. There's absolutely no engine lights, no warnings, no nothing. So I brought it in the shop just to do a quick visual inspection to make sure there was nothing weird or strange, because you never know nowadays. So let's get this on auto. Let's get it cold in here. And let's turn the fan speed down. And then we had 2 customers first thing in the morning. So every bay's already going with work. So we typically have work ready to go into bays at all times. So that's why I say if a customer doesn't make their appointment, I don't hold the bay for them. You better be on time or early, or I won't even bring you in my shop. I will not wait for somebody a half hour, an hour, 40 minutes. Sorry, I don't have a grace period. If I say be here when we open, or be here at 8 o'clock, or be here at 7:30, that is me telling you I'm guaranteeing you a spot immediately on my lift. So if you can't be courteous enough to show up on time, go on your way. I don't really care anymore, to be honest with you. My part was, hey, I'm gonna have the shop open and ready for you, and if you can't show up, so be it. Go someplace else and play that game with them. So the first car of the day was the Subaru, which is towed in, which is the new business. And then all the bays are old business from yesterday, which was all approved work and needing mechanics to fix. So the first customer was asking about electrical short on a Honda Civic. I don't usually get bothered with electrical issues, so we sent him to our electrical guy. That's his specialty. That's what he does all day long. And then the next guy of the day was like 97 to 2004 Honda Pilot for exhaust, and his first question out of his mouth is, do you weld? And Rachel's like, what do you mean weld? Weld what? And he's like, oh, I have a leak between the engine and the manifold, or blah 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 blah. And so he goes, how fast can you look at it? And Rachel's like, all the bays are full, you can leave it, we'll get you in the rotation and we'll get moving. Well, how many mechanics you have working today? What does that have to do with anything? So Rachel's like, I have 2 mechanics and they're all working on cars. Well, how soon till he looks at it? She goes, I don't have an answer for you because they're all working. But if you leave the car, we'll happily look at it and tell you what's going on. And he's like, yeah, I just have a leak between the engine and a manifold or the converter or something like that, and I just need it welded. So Rachel was like, yeah, dude, let me just go talk to Anthony real quick. So she comes out and tells me the whole story. I said, tell him we want $90 to diagnose his concerns. And she went up there and said, yeah, Anthony said, yeah, it'll be $90 to diagnose your concerns. And he just tapped on the counter and went on his way and squealed wheels out of the parking lot. It is what it is. You want to hurry up and get on the lift, then you should be willing to pay. And I told Rachel, usually when someone comes in and says, I just need a weld, or weld my flex pipe, things like that, it's usually a sign that there's a challenge somewhere financially or physically or vehically or anything really. But the challenge is that, not that I can't fix it, is are you willing to pay to get it fixed, and not for a Band-Aid price, or a Band-Aid at that. So I was like, oh, there's nothing I can do. He wasn't interested in paying me to diagnose his concerns nor actually fix it. He just wanted a weld, and sometimes there's just no welding things. And on a 20 or 30-year-old exhaust system, I already know the answer to that. I already know the what coulds and what ifs on a Honda Pilot of that age, not including if the motor mounts are broke and what subframe issues, and cracked catalytic converter, and rusted out studs, and I can go on and on and on. So there's no welding any of that, and nor would I ever do that. I wish for the days where people would just come in and say, hey, I don't know what's wrong with my car, and I'd really like you to look at it, and I'd really like to get it fixed today. And then not make assumptions on that they already know what's going on with it. Wow, that's an awesome, great piece of furniture. I'm on a road test. Check this out. Great piece of furniture. It's a shame that I don't do furniture restoration. So, and it just seems more and more and more. And I'm not even at the counter. I just hear this. You know, I stay away from the counter, so I don't have to, my ears to be tortured by what I have to hear on a regular basis. And we do see customers who just come in and say, hey, I just would like to get my car fixed, the front end, an oil change, check the tires, check it out, make sure it's right, call me with a price. They're the experiences and customers that I enjoy. The other customers plug my bald tire, put air in my bald tire, change my oil with, you know, the engine knocking and every warning light on. Tell me, is it me or is it the world? Because I must be getting too old to deal with all this shit. But I don't ever remember it being this bad in 1991 when I started. I mean, certain people could probably tell me otherwise, but I really don't know anymore. It's quite aggravating if you think about it. For me, it is. It's like, why? Why me? I don't know why, and I'm not saying that all customers are this way, but it seems like I'm seeing a lot more people like this who think it's a 50-cent repair or a $10 fix, and those days are gone. Those days are gone. Wait until the prices of payroll start impacting things more around here, with the cost of electric going up, the cost of everything going up, and you're going to really see some people struggle. But to come to the counter and then be aggressive and saying, I need, and I have to have right now, and then you're not willing to pay, just blows my mind. And they're renting too much space in my head. And, you know, is there a sign that we can put up to deter people? I'm sure people are saying, advertise your labor rate. Advertise your labor rate. And I do have my labor rate advertised. Maybe the sign's not big enough. Is that why dealerships don't usually deal with this kind of crap? Is because their labor rate's $180 to $250 an hour? I don't know. Alright, so far I'm at operating temperature on the Subaru. I don't have any warning lights going on. The gas is fairly full. The oil sticker, there is none, so I'm sure it's overdue. We've got 109,000 miles on this thing. It is pretty well maintained. Cars are glitchy. Sometimes the problem is masked, and then sometimes the problem is an intermittent. I'm going to chalk this up right now as an intermittent. We are not overheating, I don't believe. I believe that's a normal engine temperature for this car. So what I'm going to do is let it idle out front with the hood open and see if anything else acts up. I'm not really overly sure that she said it's been rattling and chugging. Plenty of power, no rattles, no chugging. I mean, I have some thoughts like fuel pump acting up, mass airflow dirty. Not really sure. So, like I said, I will do this. But yeah, I don't know what to title this content. We're gonna title this. I'm not sure. I'll figure something out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay with us. We have a busy day ahead of us. I think I'll get Rachel to test drive this.